I don't know enough Spanish to understand
I
that
just, like-
fucking countdown. You started in English, then you went into Spanish, and it was so fucking confusing.
Keep me on your toes. Keep me on your toes.
Bom, bam, every time. Man, Jack Nicholson turned 84 today.
What, the golfer?
No. No. Famed
That's Jack
actor.
Nicholson, isn't it?
I have no idea. I could name one golfer, and it's not because
Tiger
he's a
Woods.
golfer, and it's because he was like shagging everything that moved. So the reason I know who he is.
My dad used to work with a guy, quite a hefty guy called Paul, same surname as Mr. Tiger, and he used to play golf and he used to call himself Hippo Woods because he was quite a hefty fella.
That's
Good times.
pata. That is great
pata.
pata. Hello, welcome to episode. Fuck. What episode is this? 7?
7.
Episode 7 of Dead End Friends. I am Craig Jimison, and with me as always, my boy
Gary Gordon.
Gary fucking Gordon, and his dad who plays golf that I didn't know about. Of course your dad plays golf.
I mean, he doesn't play golf on the reg. I think the last time we played golf was maybe 12 years ago.
That's not even close to being on the reg.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. He doesn't play it on the reg.
No, the actual
We are
sentence is he doesn't play golf.
Or he hasn't played golf for 12 years. No, I really want to get back into playing golf because I've not played golf in like 12 plus years.
Okay, like this is a new thing that I didn't even know existed. Like you actually do you own golf clubs?
Yeah. So I don't know if I've still got my first set.
First
you're
set?
learning stuff about me. Yeah, so there was my first set,
Like
and then
you
I
get
was
training wheels and you get like a little pink basket on the front and shit.
yeah, like junior clubs because I was a kid, like.
That's so sick.
And then I was gifted another set, but with the
By Hippo
intention
Woods?
that not by Hippo Woods, by another fella that my dad worked with. But yeah, I was gifted them with the intention that I wasn't gonna be a fucking little person all my life.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so they are for normal sized people, not 5'5" freaks. Like, so I actually have to get another set. My dad's cousin's boy, I don't know what that makes him, has said that he's gonna give me a set that he doesn't use anymore.
Right.
So this could be the year that I get back into playing golf.
Yeah, that would be really weird. I mean, like, do you wear the golf gear? That's the most important question.
No,
Like,
no,
I
never.
would love to see you in a pair of like over the top coloured plaid pants with one of those fucking like crisscross sweater vests.
But a Pringle sweater vest. I know. I never wore the gear. You know. I think. But like some of it, like some of the courses, you have to wear like proper stuff. Like some
Really?
courses have dress codes. Like yeah.
Oh, that's
Not the
so
ones I
gross.
went to like Hugginfield Lock, like a wee 9-hole at the back.
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like
yeah.
maintained by the council.
Nice. But I could just imagine. I mean, it'd be even funnier if you were to show up to one of those places where it is like the proper dress code, and I know you have like a couple of like very no sleeve shirts where it's like the gap goes straight down to like your belly button.
Where I cut too much.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You just show up in one of those in like some short ass shorts, and
I would rock that fit.
and like
you
your
know?
fucking Red Wings or some shit, and just like, yo, I'm here to play golf. And you know what? I'm gonna play
like Happy
Slayer out
Gilmore.
of my speaker. Yeah.
Just rocking up in a fucking like hockey shirt.
Take a running swing, knock it out of
It's
the park.
all in the hips. It's all in the hips. Man, I love that movie.
It's
Just
so
give it a little
good.
tappy. Tap, tap, taparoo.
Go into your home hole. What does he say?
Are you too good for your home? I wanna kiss you all over and over and again. Down, down, down. till the night closes in. Till the night closes in.
I love the fact that we're only 5 minutes in and I already have so many sound bites for next week's video.
Can we just stop here then? I've got stuff I need to do.
Yeah, cool. Sounds good, man. I'll see you later.
Speak to you next week. Bye.
Best episode ever. Best fucking episode ever. But what was I saying? Yeah, well, going back to what I said, Jack Nicholson's 84, so we can close that one out because we started talking about fucking golf from out of nowhere. I mean, Happy Gilmore is another one of those films. It's like those films that came out of like that Adam Sandler fucking prime. See, like Waterboy, Adam Sandler, Little Nicky, fucking Mr. Deeds. What was it? Oh, he had other ones. He just had
when it was all just fart jokes and swearing too much.
Yeah,
that was when he was at like his fucking at his peak. Like Big Daddy. Did you say Big Daddy?
No, I didn't say Big Daddy. That was the other one I was thinking.
Big Daddy was a belt. Do you know what I really loved? I loved Click. Like Click was like, it was the in between him going like from being like that funny guy that everyone knew into like, oh, maybe like a household name.
Yeah.
I mean, he was a household name.
Yeah,
you
it
know
was
what
massive.
I mean? But, like,
yeah,
he was like becoming like the guy that did the Safe movie, you know?
Yeah. I don't think I ever actually. I don't think I ever saw it.
It was really feel good.
Yeah.
It was kind of sad, but it was also really feel good.
Well, I mean, the most recent Adam Sandler film I've seen was that one that he did with Seth Rogen where he was like dying or some shit. I can't remember what it was called. I'm pretty sure it's actually just called Funny People, which is like the worst name for a film of all time.
He's done a couple of them, is he not?
I don't even know, man. There's just like...
Is Seth Rogen in that film?
Yeah, Seth Rogen, and they play comedians, like stand-up comedians. Oh, I can't remember anybody else is in it. Probably Lisa Mann.
Yeah, Leslie Mann.
Leslie Mann, sorry.
Yeah, it's like the weird like Judd Apatow crowd.
Yeah,
but with Adam Sandler.
And obviously Leslie Mann, because aren't they married? She's in like every Judd Apatow film of all time.
Man, that's the family business. I love that.
Yeah.
Wow, this has actually got a great cast. Adam Sandler, Leslie Mann, Seth Rogen, Jonah Hill, Aubrey Plaza, Eric Bana, Jason Schwartzman, Aziz Ansari. The RZA's in it.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. He plays he works in like a bakery. RZA.
A guy called Chuck.
Is that it?
Apatow's kids are in it. Ray Romano's in it. Sarah Silverman.
Yeah.
Who the hell? What? James Taylor's in it.
Yeah. Because it's like a pure MySpace show they play, and he's like singing at it, and then they all have to do like stand-up sets after him or something. It's
Norman McDonald.
Do
Justin Long's in it.
It is one of those films. It's like it's really good, but it's too long. It's like a classic Apatow thing where it's far too long for the story.
Sorry. There's a man in this film whose name is Orny. Aorny. No, sorry, that is not how you spell his name. Orny. He's
like
horny without the H.
Straight up just had a stroke.
This film has a lot of people.
It's pretty good.
How long is it?
It's pretty long.
I bet it's not even like that long.
It just feels long because there's too much happening in it. I mean, like when you have a cast of that size.
Oh no, it is. It's 2.5 hours long.
Yeah, far too long. Like, I think the whole thing about it is like Adam Sandler's dying, and by the time I got to the end of that film, I had died as well. It was
fair enough.
Far too long, but still good. There are those films out there that like they do kind of drag on a bit too long, but you'll still stick it out because you're like, it could get a wee bit better before the end, and I don't know, I still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I reckon it's just going to be one of those ones that you enjoy, like, because of who's in it. Yeah,
because it was like that fucking film that like all of those guys did. There was like the one that was like the end of the world. I can't actually remember the name of the film, but it was like
This Is the End.
So close to what I actually said. I still didn't even know the name of the fucking film. That's one of those films. It's like it's so fucking stupid, but because of the people that's in it, I'll watch it anytime I see it. Like, it is just fucking funny, but it's like there's some scenes in it you're just watching, just like, why the fuck am I watching this film? Like, there's a scene where Jonah Hill gets like raped by a demon and shit.
Yep.
It's
pretty
so
intense.
fucking weird. But
I'm just looking through a list of Adam Sandler films now. That's just where I'm at. There's some. Oh, so he did a film called Grown Ups, and then he did like Grown Ups through to like 6,000.
Yeah.
But the poster that they've used on Google is like the Spanish version.
Oh, amazing.
Grandes personas.
Grandes personas. Grown-ups. I'm gonna look up as well. What was the one that Sandler did where he played a man and a woman? Did you ever see that one? Oh my god, that was awful.
Never saw it.
Awful.
He's also in The Longest Yard.
Oh, I love that film. If you're talking about a film
Yeah,
that you're
man.
so comfortable with, and you could watch it over and over again, like The Longest Yard is one of those films. Like, what's the old guy in it again? I always get two guys mixed up. It's like Billy Bob Thornton and the actual guy that's in The Longest Yard. I always get them mixed up. Let me get this right, because it's not Billy Bob Thornton. It is Burt Reynolds. For some reason, I get Burt Reynolds and Billy Bob Thornton mixed up every time, because they're both just old white men to me. But I mean,
They
that
are
is
old white men. Is he
that
in that? Is he in that film?
who? Burt Reynolds.
Burt Reynolds.
Yeah, Burt Reynolds is in it, because Burt Reynolds is in the original Longest Yard from like the 70s or whenever it was. And then
Burt
he came.
Reynolds is not showing up on the cast list.
He
Are
is.
you lying to me?
I'm fucking telling you, he is Coach Nate Scarborough. I'm telling you right now.
fucking reading it right now.
Well,
and I
you're-
haven't seen his
You're
name.
reading the wrong thing. I mean, the only person we need to be talking
How
about in the
can I be
Longest
reading
Yard,
the wrong thing.
because you're a fucking div. The only person that you need to worry about on the Longest Yard is Bill Goldberg, because obviously he's in it. There's so many wrestlers in that film.
Of course.
Stone Cold Steve Austin's
Oh,
in it.
sorry, he is in it. He's literally third from the top.
I fucking told you, man.
Nelly is in it. Oh my god.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, Kevin Nash, Bill Goldberg,
Terry Crews.
Terry Crews, my
Terry
man.
Crews plays a character called Cheeseburger Eddie,
Yeah.
which is just unreal.
That's how he became a
Joey
cop.
Diaz is in it.
A big Coco.
Ah, you fucking cocksucker.
Oh man, he's class. Yeah, Big Tony. That's a great film. I love that film. That's one of those ones that I can just watch over and over again.
I don't remember the last time I actually seen it, if I'm being honest.
It's been a long time since I've watched it as well. What was actually the last film that you watched, just out of curiosity and me being weird? What was the last film you actually sat and watched?
The last film I sat and watched.
Whole way through.
Oh,
I mean,
I
you
don't.
need to answer quickly
I
though,
don't
because
know.
I don't want dead air. You don't know?
Man, it might have been Tenet whenever I watched that,
Holy
like 6
fuck,
months ago.
dude. That was so long ago.
No, the last one. No, I have watched one in between. I watched. I saw the Darjeeling Limited, Wes Anderson film.
Yeah, is that the one with Owen Wilson
Is-
and Adrian Brody
Owen
and stuff?
Wilson, Adrian Brody, big handsome chops, Adrian Brody.
Oh man, he's so fucking
Jason
gorgeous.
Schwartzman as well.
I like that guy.
It's a good cast. It's another one of those classic Wes Anderson films where nothing really happens.
Yeah.
It's just like aesthetically pleasing, so
Yeah.
you watch it to the end.
Everything's like perfectly lined up. That's what I love about Wes
Yeah.
Anderson's films. It's like you watch like what was it, the Grand Budapest Hotel. That is just like one
Man,
of the most
love
gorgeous
that film.
films of all time.
That is straight up one of my favorite films.
Oh, it's so good.
I showed Shanna like months ago, and I cried. It's like it's not even that sad.
No,
a film,
not
but
really.
I was just like, I'm going to cry. And I just cry because it's just so nice. It just makes me feel happy.
It is a very, very. I mean, me and Emma went to see it in the cinema when it was out, and we went to the cinema like late at night because we were waiting to get to the bus to go to Alton Towers. So and
Right.
Emma fell asleep. So I was just sitting there watching Grand Budapest Hotel by myself in the cinema, waiting to go to Alton Towers so I could go on the ride that fell apart. Oh, it was great. Like, It's a good film.
I saw it in the cinema. Like, I don't know, over 5 times. Because I used to have like the cinema card, I would just go.
That still blows my mind. A person who keeps admitting that they don't care about films had a fucking cinema card.
But I used to care about films. I used to care about films a lot more than I do now. I think, but when I cared about films back then, I hated my life. So I needed some sort of like escapism from day to day.
Yep, cool.
Yeah,
We're
so,
going
like,
down that route.
Yep, it used to be Sunday was like my day to myself.
Right.
And I would like go to the cinema like super early, and I'd watch the first film, and then I'd stay there until the last showing, and I would just like see like absolute chronic bullshit in the middle.
Fucking hell.
Like I'd go see like Grandes Personas, you know, just because of like I needed something to fill up 2 hours because I didn't want to wait like go home then come back.
Yeah.
So I'd do that. I'd go get food in between films because obviously like the Cineworld was right next to like the Burger King.
Yeah.
So I'd always just go to the Burger King, come back, and then I would just spend the rest of the day just like snacking on popcorn.
I mean that is.
You used to spend a fucking fortune.
But man, like people are going to start thinking that you were a drug dealer, because it's the only way that you can afford those fucking snacks from the cinema.
Man, you get 25% off with your fucking cinema card.
Still, what's 25% when you're spending 40 quid on fucking popcorn? Do you know what I mean?
I used to love those days though, like, but then life was alright, so like I just didn't really bother going to the cinema. I didn't need that escape. I would see some amount of shite actually.
Aye.
I saw something popped up on like my Facebook memories. I can't remember what it's called. I'm just gonna Google something real quick to see if I can find it.
Oh man, no. Here's a wee game for us. Try and explain it, and I'll see if I can get it.
So it came up on my Facebook memories, and alright, I found it.
Oh, fuck.
So the film basically was the father of this family had white collar job, had been working his way up, started making loads of money, had a youngish family who was spoiled as fuck, basically lose it all.
Right.
And then they open a chippy. And I'm not even kidding, that is the film. It's fucking garbage, man. It is so bad.
Oh my god. Like you can find anybody in any small town in the Greater Glasgow with that same fucking story.
Yeah, but it's like it's supposed to be one of these like stories that makes you like, oh, see your worth and like see the value in family and all that kind of thing.
Right.
Like, I think there's like a point in it. I'm gonna ruin this trash ass film. Where like near the end, like they get like offered like a contract or something to get their money back and get their old life back and all that kind of
Right.
stuff. And like the dad's just like,
Nah, I'm good.
I make fish suppers now. That's me.
My life is better.
This film, it got 71% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it got 6 out of 10 on IMDb.
I'm not gonna guess what it is.
82% of Google users liked this.
Who
film.
are these? Who the
mental.
fuck
Who
are these
are
Google
these people?
users? Honestly, anytime you see it, you're just like, this is absolute fucking trash. Who are these people that are voting for it? What's the film?
I don't even. It's called Papadopoulos and Sons, and it is not good. There's no one of worth in this film either.
I mean, like, we can't shit on those people, but that sounds.
Nah, I'm shitting on these people. They made a rubbish film. Not good, man.
I mean, me and Emma walked out of Mrs. Brown's Boys the movie. We made it.
Oh, fucking naturally.
We made it.
Of course you walked out of that.
10 minutes into it. I don't know why we bought tickets for it in the first place. It was probably kind of similar to what you were saying. It's just trying to fill some time before something else happened. And yeah, we went in.
Yeah.
We lasted 10 minutes. Just like, nope.
My mum and dad love it. And like
Obviously.
they watch it all the time. They watch like
But they're like,
reruns on.
but
like,
they're 50. Of course they love it.
They're 60.
Well, it's just
That-
held my argument.
But it's like sometimes I like walk into the living room and I'll catch like a minute of it, you know,
and that 1 minute will make me laugh, and then I'm like, no, they think I like this. Oh no.
They'll start buying you like
But I can't-
fucking Mrs. Brown Boy t-shirts and shit.
Yeah, and this is the thing. Like, you can't deny something's funny. Like, there is parts of that TV show that is quite
Yeah.
funny, but it's just, I think, as a whole, the whole thing is just like hot
Yeah, it's
garbage.
fucking absolute trash. But I love that thing about, like, I don't know if your parents do the same thing, where it's like, I think I'm gonna call my parents out on this one, is where like they kind of get an idea of something that you really like. Like all your presents from then on for like Christmas and birthdays and shit is like directly related to this thing. Like I remember I said once that I really liked sorry, I said once that I really liked pugs, like the dogs. I thought they were cool at some
Right.
point in my life, and like every gift after that, I had like a fucking pug t-shirt. Do you remember that t-shirt I had? It had like the big pug face on it and shit.
Yeah, I do.
That was a
remember
gift from
that.
my parents. One time they bought me a bath plug with a pug on the end of the bath plug.
A bath pug. I love it.
But it was like every gift was like related to pugs, and it was like their heart was in the right place, and I love them for it. And it was just so funny, just waiting to see what that fucking weird gift is going to be that's fucking directly related to that one thing I mentioned 5 years ago.
My mum and dad have never like zoned in on like a certain thing.
Yeah.
But like when I was a young goth, everything had skulls. You know?
Nice.
The mail where they bought
Yeah.
me had a skull
Yeah.
on it, just because. That's kind of like dead. Isn't it? Probably like that,
Dead in
wouldn't
that.
it?
Like, oh, we bought some new tumblers for you, Gary. Just all skulls.
Just straight up skulls.
Like new forks. Like we got you all new kitchen stuff basically. Like forks have got skulls on them. Knives have got skulls on them. You know what I mean? We got you some new plates that's all embellished with skulls on it. I mean, like I can imagine.
Skulls, man.
I can
you know what you
imagine
like.
you having one of those fire ass like flame skull shirts. You know, like the silk.
When I
ass
was like a
shirts.
kid, like before I was goth, you know, like I had one of those, but it was like satin almost.
Yeah.
It was like but it was black.
Uh-huh.
It was a black. No. Sorry, it was a grey, a grey like satin shirt, and it had like like black tribal flame round the trim.
Oh.
And I had this other one that was also extremely shitty. It was
No.
same sort of color, but it had dragons on it.
I love those shirts.
I loved it,
I
man.
loved those shirts. I had a few as well. I had one that was like,
I think like
all
I could
flames.
maybe get away with it now if I wore them ironically.
oh yeah, no, those are those that like. But have you ever, like, I don't know if you use like fucking secondhand clothing apps and shit. That's where I
Yeah,
get like
yeah.
all of my clothes from. So you trying to buy those shirts now? Holy fuck, they're so
Do
expensive.
you know why?
Hipsters.
Guy Fieri.
Guy Fieri.
No, Guy Fieri.
It's feet.
Guy Fieri
It's-
is
hold on.
absolutely.
It's
fucked
Fieti.
it.
Don't be disrespectful.
There's no T in
His name is Guy Fieri. I am not bullshitting you. Google him saying his own
I can't
name.
believe I'm googling this again.
Google him saying his own name.
not
It's spelled
Fieti.
Fieri. I will not disagree with that. But listen to him say his name.
Guy
He says Fieti.
Fieri.
It's mate.
What did I Google? Guy Fieri saying name.
Pronunciation.
Guy Fieri saying his own name. A video came up.
There you go.
Well, that's 55 minutes. long,
We
I'm
don't
not
need that.
watching
We do not need that.
Hold on, I found one.
Try and find one, and I want to hear it.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of American restaurateur, author, and television presenter who co-owns 3 restaurants in California and licenses his name to restaurants in New York City and Las Vegas. We are looking at how to pronounce Guy Fieri.
No.
His full name,
No.
Guy Ramsey Fieri. Guy Fieri.
No.
Yep, get it up
No.
you.
No. But that's not Guy.
Look, that's how the
You-
weird French guy said.
I don't give a
That
fuck
video
about Frenchie.
that
Get
threw-
him off. Right,
that
his
threw me
name
off
wasn't.
so
his
much.
name wasn't always Fieri. Fieri pronounced Fiedi. I'm fucking telling
Because
you.
on the episode of Hot Ones that he does, Sean Evans says it properly, like with the accent on Fieri, and like that's when he goes, "Oh, I'm so glad you say it right."
Yeah, because he says Fieti.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he does, man. I swear
Oh
to
my
God.
god, can't believe I'm gonna have to come to your house and beat you up because you're talking so much shit. Guy Fieri, hot ones. I can't believe I'm googling this bullshit right now.
I can. Here, no. I'm gonna have to bleep out that entire ad now. You fucking
Well,
piece
I've
of shit.
turned it down, you fucking idiot. Right, hold on.
Here he is.
Joined by the patron saint of First We Feast, Guy Fieri.
Fieri.
9 restaurants, has 3 hit TV shows, and 6 best.
So he just said it the way I said it.
No, you said Fieri with an A.
And that's what he said.
No, it does no.
Listen.
Oh
Oh my god, just listen to what he said.
Oh my god.
Cookbooks, and speaking of, you can pick up his latest, Guy Fieri Family Food, available now. Guy, welcome to the show. It's quite an intro. You got Fieri right. They do the R on it.
Fieri.
They get it wrong every time. You knocked it out of the park. I'll pat myself on the back for that. How are you with hot food?
He says
Are,
Fieri.
are
but
we
he just-
both? Why are we both hearing different things but listening to the same fucking thing?
He rolls the R. That's all he does. He just rolls the R.
Bro.
Look, man, I've been on this earth for 28 years. And not once in my life have I been wrong. Never. Never been wrong. And
now,
this is
and
not...
now
No,
we
no,
have
no.
found
This is not the
all
thing I'm going to
the
be wrong over.
roots, the roots of Gary's problems.
Is that I am never wrong. Yes, I know.
You know what? You know
Making
what?
me
Here,
angry
no,
glug my beer.
listen.
I'm not having that.
Angry Glug. Listen, right, we're 7 episodes in. My goal now is for our year anniversary, our 52nd episode, is I'm going to get fucking Guy Fieri on the podcast, and he's going to tell me how to say his name. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save his own cameo, and I'm going to ask him to say
You
his
know what I'm
fucking
gonna
name
do?
properly.
I'm going to have to sit and watch every episode of Diners, Drive-Ins and Dives just to hear how he says his name now.
Like you don't
That's how I'm going
already.
to spend the rest of my evening.
Like you don't
Well,
already.
You know. It's Fieri, okay?
Fine. I disagree, but we will live with it and move on.
You're a fucking loser.
Well, how did he come into this conversation? Why the fuck are we talking about?
Aye. Oh,
Guy.
because he is the reason that flame shirts are so fire. Pun intended.
That was gorgeous. But yeah, I mean, I've looked up a couple of times to buy one just because I want to look amazing, like I did when I was 7. But
Yeah. School
Straight up.
discos, you know?
straight up can't afford it. So expensive. So poor.
It's so expensive. So expensive.
Jesus. I'm dying. I'm okay, but I feel like I'm
Hold
dying
on.
for some reason.
I don't think I don't know how to edit these podcasts, so you can't do that. You can't die.
And nobody just wants to listen to you talk.
They don't, because I just say Fieri right all the time. Oh man, this is the best podcast ever.
Maybe that's what's holding us back from pushing up the rankings, is the fact that I can't pronounce Guy's name properly. So that's just holding us back.
You're just like not calling them by his full name.
I'm not saying the last name now because I'm not getting into that
Can't
argument
say it.
again.
Can't say the host from Diners, Drive-Ins and Drives name. I'm just not gonna say anymore.
Listen.
You know the mayor of Flavourtown? Like I just can't say his name.
Oh my god.
Oh, I can't believe I got real life angry over that as well. Like, I was like full on raging.
It's so much fun finding all your pressure points. Now I've just found out one is just pronunciation of people's names. I wonder if there's any more.
Well,
I'll
just
try and
Guy
find them.
Fieri, because I feel like you should put some respect on that name, you know? Like,
Don't throw that back in my face, you son of a bitch. We need to somehow move on from that now. I'm like stuck in a fucking loop thinking about anything that he cooks. I'm so hungry.
I was starving, but those wraps filled me right up. They
Ooh.
were dynamite.
That was looking
Anyway,
so good.
as I was eating my wraps, I was just flicking through the old YouTube, and so I follow this page on YouTube, called Slapped Ham. So I know.
Right?
So Slapped Ham, it's like a paranormal, like YouTube. So like they just post like video clips that people have sent in or they found on the web.
Right.
And they're like, oh, this is all very weird, you know, because
Mhm.
I'm a loser and I get suckered into things like that because
Yeah.
ghosts definitely exist. So I was watching one. It was called Mysterious Videos People Are Losing Their Minds Over. And
Right. Clickbait immediately.
absolutely, but do you know what? Watched it.
Click the bait.
Clicked that
Fucking
bait.
ate the whole thing.
But one of the videos on it was well. Oh my god, the vase fell off completely.
Just the shock in your face as your whole fucking thing came tumbling down. Oh my god. I
Oh
hate
my
the
God,
fact
man.
that we do not do video in this podcast just for that moment, man. That was so funny.
That was wild. That was the last thing I was expecting to happen was that fall down.
Paranormal video. Send it into the slap cam.
Yeah, ghosts. The ghosts got me, man. I was trying to record my wee podcast in my bedroom and they just like unfastened my clamp. Fuck me. What the fuck?
No, you look like fucking what's his face that they got Freddie Mercury that used like half the microphone stand when he was performing. That's what you're straight. That's
What's
your
his
mind.
name? Freddie Mercury. You know that Freddie Mercury guy.
Oh god, that was
Oh
so.
no, I can't get this to tighten.
That was so funny. What were you saying about
I'm glad you
Smack Tam or whatever it was?
Slap
Let's go,
Tam.
let's
Thank
go
you very
back to playing the SmackDown.
much. So yeah, so like there was this video. That was funny as fuck, man. Woo. There's a video. Right. Okay,
right,
compose
start.
yourself, Craig.
Yep, I'm
Let's
good.
do this.
I'm good. I'm here.
Right. So, anyway, watched a couple of videos. The rest of them were bullshit. It was like a mad fucking shadow, and then there was a guy
Mhm.
maybe coming out of a waterfall. Whatever. Who gives a fuck? But then there was this one video where the what you call it, so he puts like little titles of what the videos are, like
Right.
makes that up. But it was just like the last man on earth, and so this fucking reprobate has made a TikTok account, right?
Right.
And is taking videos walking round, and there is no one there, right? No one. Obviously, there was a pandemic and a lockdown and all that kind of stuff,
Mhm.
and that's kind of what the theory is that he's done. He's basically just taking photos and stuff during the lockdown.
Mhm.
But so he's basically walking around. There's no one on the streets. All the clocks are like stopped at like 5:46 or
Mhm.
something. But he's saying he's in the year 2027.
I'm so confused by this video.
So the video is just him. Like, so there's like a series of videos, a TikTok account where he's walking around the empty streets. He goes into the airport. There's no one working. There's no one there. He goes into the supermarkets. There's no one there. There's like, so like people are saying like, oh, it's obviously just been done during the pandemic or
Yeah.
during the lockdown where people weren't allowed to go into all these places.
Yeah.
But like, there's no cashiers. There's no fucking like people stocking shelves. He goes into the airport. There's no one there whatsoever. He goes into like another like department store kind of idea, and there's literally no one there. Like, see if he had just done it in the supermarket, you could maybe be like, oh, guy just works there. He's got there before everyone else.
Yeah.
But it's the fact that he's like walking around all these different places, and he's clearly walked quite far to like go to all these different places. And there's not one person. And it could just be like clever editing where he's like paused it just before he saw a cunt walking down the street.
Yeah.
But it's so weird. And the fact that he's saying he's in like 2027 and like we're all watching 2021, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just made me think. I was watching it, I was like, wow, that's real. Because he
Wow.
goes into like a restaurant and stuff at night, and it's just like the chairs have all just been like open, like as if somebody just like kicked their chair out and walked away from the table.
Right.
Like the tables are all like that. There's no one there, no waiters, no chefs, no nothing. Like, I just don't understand what's going on. And obviously people are like trying to call it out, and they're like, oh, why don't you like hold up the latest newspaper and all
Yeah.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But obviously, if there's no people there, there's not going to be a newspaper, is there? Like, that's just...
But where is this? Where is this guy supposed to be? Is it in America, I'm assuming?
No. It's like Spain or something.
Right. Because there are, like, abandoned towns in the world.
No, I fucking I know that. I'm not stupid. But like the shelves are like the shelves and like because the clip's just not.
Are you watching it? Are you watching it right now?
No. It's like the thumbnail is just like going over and over again,
Right.
like just on YouTube. So it's just looping, and it's just showing me like the supermarket bit over and over again. But the shelves are all stocked.
Yeah, but
Like,
for him to prove that it's like recent, is he would need to pick up an item and look at like the expiry date, surely, because there are places like there was a place in Italy I was reading about that the people were living their lives as usual in this little town, and then there was like a huge earthquake or like an earthquake warning, and it basically made the entire town unstable, and they were basically sitting on top of like what would eventually be like just a giant hole in the earth, so they had to abandon as it was, so everything's still there. This was like
that's insane.
20 years ago or something, and everything is still there. It's still not safe for people to go back to it, so
Wow.
it could just be a place like that.
I mean, it could be, but it doesn't look like it.
We're actually
It
gonna
could
like
be, but you're
this
wrong. So I respect your opinion, but it's false.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you. It could be something paranormal. I like buying into stuff like that as well. It's always good fun to
Well, me too.
have a
Like,
look
and
at.
the first
and
thing
be
I read
f-
this
and be f-
morning,
like, do you know what it is? It just I like being freaked out by shit, and that's kind of freaky.
yeah,
so
just
I can buy into
just
it
a
as
little
well, 'cause
bit.
you're like, oh, I love being freaked out because I know it's not happening to me. I just like seeing it happening to other people because I don't want it to actually happen to me, because then I would really freak out.
well, the first thing I read this morning was the Pentagon had released, or like at least released a statement that legitimately said that there was footage of like a UFO. They've came out and said that is exactly what that is, but it's not an alien. It's just like it's a UFO.
Yeah.
But it was taken by, I want to say, some sort of fucking, like one of them Air Force people.
Yeah.
It was taken by one of them, and they come out and they've said, "Yep, this is a thing, and it's been happening for a long time."
Yeah.
So all day, my brain has been like, "Well, aliens exist."
Yeah. Well,
Obviously.
I mean,
I knew they existed.
they
I'm
have
not an
to.
idiot.
They have to.
They have to.
I have to.
For us
there
to
is
think-
there is
for us-
no fucking, there is no way on Earth. Not even on Earth, in the fucking entire universe, existence of the universe, that we can be the only sustainable planet that has life on it. Like that, like the
Yeah, to
fact
think-
that that's what people believe blows my fucking mind. Like, how can you
To
think we're that
we are
special?
the only, to think that we are the only intelligent life force out there is like genuinely the most ignorant bullshit. You know,
Oh,
like somewhere out there is an alien Guy Fieri, and he is balling. Like he is green. He's still got the blonde spiky hair. He's wearing like flame shirts, but just like in space. Sick.
but it could also be the alternate universe where he's super fucking normal.
And
he
pronounces it Fieti or whatever the fuck you say.
And he's a vegan and shit. Like, it's just the total fucking opposite of what it is.
the
now.
opposite. That would be fun.
That would be good. I would enjoy that. Getting into the alternate
I
universes.
wonder what like the alternate universe me is like.
Oh man, you would be so fucking like positive and full of
And
joy and
I'd be
tall, and you would be so you would have the most taut body of all time. Could you imagine how fucking gorgeous you would be? You're already beautiful, and there's no denying, and there's no taking that away. But imagine
Good
your
fucking save.
taut ass, full thick head of hair body. I mean, you shave your head by choice.
Yeah,
But-
I have a thick head of hair. Like that's not gonna. I'd
Well,
be
it's
if
questionable.
anything, I would be
Questionable.
baldy and. Eh?
It's questionable. Nobody knows because you shave your head, bro.
Look at this hairline. What are you talking about? I'm fine.
I don't know anything about hairlines. I could be thin and I will never fucking know. I mean, like,
Yeah, but
just
I
look at
will.
that.
And will I tell you? I don't know. Maybe I will. Maybe I won't.
look how grey that is, dude. Look at that.
Getting there.
I actually look like fucking Morticia Adams, and I fuck with it if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I wish I was that sexy. But
nearly there.
yeah, I'll get there. Just shave the mustache, and I'm basically Morticia Adams. I fuck with that. But yeah, like, I think since I was like a kid, I have fully fucking believed in aliens being a thing. I don't
Yeah.
know if I go into the full fucking boona that people go into of like they've been here and they've lived among us for millions of years. I don't know about that. Don't know how I feel about all that shit. But see, when you start looking at stuff of like it was an extraterrestrial being, or it was aliens that built the pyramids and all that stuff. Oh my god, man! I could watch those videos
Bro,
for
no.
weeks. Weeks.
So do you remember I was reading a book called Chariots of the Gods by Eric von Daniken?
I definitely don't.
So
Don't
I
remember
used to read it on my way to work when I
Right.
worked in Perth. I had to stop reading that book because I was getting like existential dread. Like I was like full on having meltdowns on the train because I'm like, I'm gonna fucking die one day. I'm gonna die one day.
Well, we all.
And like, but the reason that I was so bummed out was because I was gonna die one day, and the aliens were gonna come back down to Earth, and I would be dead, and I wouldn't be able to say "I told you so." Like that's where my psycho brain went.
Oh my
But
god.
So this book was all about the ancient alien theory and how
Ah.
they'd been here for years and years and helped build up all these civilizations.
Yeah.
It gave you like loads of like evidence and stuff within the book, which was really cool, and like facts and like all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And like talking about all the different civilizations that used like pyramids, and how like all these civilizations would never have met each other because they just didn't have the means to transport from one part of the earth to the other, but somehow they were still building these almost identical structures.
Yeah.
You know, like that's wild. So obviously it's the aliens. And when you look back at like ancient texts and like even like the Bible and stuff, where they're talking about like a chariot in the sky with like flames coming out of it and like a messenger coming down, like a chariot in the sky sounds like what it is, you
Yeah.
know? And like you got to remember the people who are like writing these books and stuff and reading these books, like writing these books at the time. They didn't have what we have. They didn't have like a vivid imagination because of the media that we are able to take in.
Yeah.
These people were very literal because that was all they knew. All they knew that was happening in front of them at the time. So like when you even like, go back even further and you look at like the Greeks and like the Romans and stuff and like how they believed in all their gods and all that kind of stuff. And there was demigods coming down from the heavens to like be part of society and all that kind of stuff. That is just aliens, and it has to be just aliens because they didn't know anything else. They didn't have like the capacity to go, like to let their imagination run wild was what I'm trying to say. Like they didn't have that. So if something comes down from the heavens or the sky or space or whatever it is that they're looking at, comes down and says, "I am a god," they're gonna be like, "Oh shit, that's a god," you know, because that's all that they. Yeah, it's like someone has told them or something has told them that they are a greater being. And that's probably how they phrased it. They probably phrased it as like, I am a being from another planet. And they've gone,
Yeah.
well, that's obviously just a proof that something else has made this world and it's not us. Like, they're so literal that it had to be what they saw. They would speak. Like that is not a fucking sentence. Sorry, brain is having a meltdown because I'm trying to catch myself up. Like,
I followed it. I know what you're trying to say.
Like these people are so literal that whatever is happening in front of them is what's happening.
That's
you
it.
have to take it like you can't take it with a pinch of salt because it's not
They
it's
didn't
maybe
have, they
not
didn't,
a god.
They didn't
it's
have access to all the things we have access to now, so we can see all of these things in this time, but they
Yeah,
don't
exactly.
have. We don't. They didn't have the access to things of hundreds of years ago that we
and
can
even
now see.
even our imaginations, like our imaginations are so much more vivid than what theirs is going to be.
Yeah,
Like we could make things up in our heads,
yeah.
you know, which is obviously where all these stories have come from. You know, like something had to have sparked off all these stories of gods and demons and dragons and all that kind of stuff. Like something must have happened to spark that.
Yeah.
Because we only are able to have the imaginations we have now because we have been lucky enough to process and like absorb all of these like films and the media and books and games and all that kind of stuff. But we're really lucky to have that. But these ancient civilizations never had that. There's the Egyptian one's always really interesting, like all the hieroglyphics and stuff that they're always talking about. There's a hieroglyph somewhere. I think it's been taken like into like a museum or something now. But one of them shows like a helicopter. Like it's like the shape of a helicopter.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So it would just be a craft of some sort, I'm guessing. But again, had to be a super literal thing. The thing with the Egyptians is like they had so many gods, and like that was always kind of puzzling to me. Is like going off of the theory that I'm going off of, that they have to be so literal. How were they able to adapt such a crazy fucking story? Because their religion is wild. There's a god for literally everything. The big man Osiris, like he's the Mac Daddy. He's also green, so obviously an alien. And like their afterlife and all that kind of stuff as well, super interesting. But again, the Mayans and the Aztecs and all that kind of stuff, like they had similar stories of afterlives and gods, and like the way that they like praised the gods and all that kind of stuff was also very similar. So how can that be if these people had never met? It's not like they had fucking pen pals, you know? Like that's just not how it worked.
Aye. It's not like they had fucking WhatsApp.
Yeah, exactly. You can just send each other a wee text and be like, "Here, big man, what's Osiris saying?"
Send each other voice notes.
Yeah. But it just blows my mind. And for like the Pentagon then to like come out and be like, "Yep, this is a legitimate video of a something."
Yeah.
What is that something? Tell me more. Tell me everything you know.
I
'cause
need
know
to
you
know it. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you know. Stop being stingy. Let me know.
Man. It's so mental. It's so crazy to think. Just like there could be things that have happened even in our time that we're not privy to. We've not had access to what has actually happened, or we've just kind of been told one story when something else entirely has happened. It's so insane. Like it's I just want to
like
know.
my initial thought this morning, and I'm not one to get suckered into like all these fucking.
Bro, you
I
have
am,
not stopped
like-
talking for half an hour. You're suckered.
I'm suckered in. But what I mean is like I'm not like. I love a conspiracy theory, but I don't let myself get too deep into it because I'm at the very surface skeptical of it all, you know? Because
Yeah.
you've kind of got to be, otherwise you will end up wearing a tinfoil hat and you won't
Yep.
speak to anyone and you'll be a proper recluse.
Yep.
But I want to believe them because that's more fun.
Yeah.
I like living in a fantasy. I'm a fantasy person. I like living
Mhm.
in that fantasy world because it's just
Drama.
like it's fun, you know. Well, it's not drama, like, but it's just fun. Like it's. I like to look on the bright side of everything, you know, which is weird for someone who is so grumpy.
Yep.
I understand that.
Yep.
But I do look on the bright side of things because I want to exist in the good place, you know.
Mhm.
I want to exist in the place where nothing bad happens,
Mhm.
which is fantasy.
Yeah.
Bad shit happens all the time.
all the time. Yeah. But it's
But my
still nice
initial,
to.
so like,
On you go, man.
so like, I don't get suckered into them too much. But initially, when I read that this morning, I was like, something big's gonna come out in the next couple of days,
You reckon?
and they're just trying to like masquerade it by like telling you aliens exist. You're like, oh, there's maybe aliens, you know, like so something might actually happen. That was my initial thought when I read it.
Yeah.
I was like, oh no, oh no, the Pentagon's saying this. Something bad's about to happen.
Something's about to get released that we didn't know was coming. I mean, see if you
man.
lived in America. Was it last year or the year before when they did like that raid of Area 51? Would you have been one of those dorks that showed up? Did you see that shit? Oh,
I don't know if I would. I would have showed up,
right.
but I wouldn't have stormed it. You know,
There was no
because
storming.
they have. Well, no, they were supposed to. That was supposed to be the entire thing, wasn't it? They were
Yeah.
going to jump the fence.
They
which
showed
is
up and had
ridiculous.
a barbecue and then went home.
Well, see, I'd be the guy on the barbecue. I'd be grilling it up. You know?
Yeah.
I like
Anybody
tell
want a
me
bell
war
pepper?
stories when you get back. Like, I would love to have been there, like to see them do it,
Yeah.
and then, like, I imagine they got to the other side and they did find all the aliens or like the spacecrafts or whatever it is that they're keeping there,
Yeah.
and they made it out alive. People would have to believe that story.
Yeah. 'Cause it's there.
Because even though it was some absolute nut job that is like tried to storm a military like base,
Doing
Yeah, if they
Naruto
made
runs and shit.
doing Naruto runs, if they made it out alive, you would kind of have to stand back and be like, oh, all right, you literally risked your life for this.
Yeah.
Why would you tell me a lie now?
Yeah.
But then, of course, there's going to be somebody on the other side going, oh, it's a government plant, you know, like this is the one guy that was meant to get in and out. He's feeding you this information because blah, blah, blah,
Yeah.
blah, blah.
Oh
Like,
man.
This is the thing.
Alex
I play both
Jones
sides
shit.
in my head. I
Yeah,
play both sides.
But you do that for like most things in your life, man. You
Yeah.
do the fucking devil and angel shit with everything. I mean those videos that came out of that like storming thing gave me so much fucking entertainment for like weeks. Just
Yeah,
watching
those
these.
people were full on nerds. Like, just the worst.
No fucking
actual
knock on
dorks.
nerds, man. Like there's some like nerd culture is obviously booming in this day and age. But those like I couldn't believe it when I was watching it. Did you see, like, as much as I always like to fucking talk about him as much as possible, when Andrew Callahan went?
Yeah.
Those interviews that he took were fucking so funny. But like these guys, it's the craziness that like these guys were so gung ho on the internet. It's just that classic thing of like, we're gonna fucking storm Area 51. We're gonna rip the place to shreds. All in the keyboard warrior sense. And then as soon as they arrive, they're just like, anybody bring any beers? Are we gonna get turned here? It's like-
Someone pass the mustard, you know? Like,
it's just like, bro, smoke some weed and go home. What you doing?
well, I think smoking the weed is what got them in that situation. Like, let's be fully honest. They just smoked too much, and they were like, I know what I'm doing.
We're gonna break into Area 51. We're gonna find all the space subjects. Oh man.
Honestly, best laid plans always happen after you've smoked a lot of weed.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe not.
I mean,
I've got some edibles. That we're gonna do this weekend. We were supposed to do them last weekend. So I've put them in the freezer so they freeze. And
Nice.
They stay good.
nice.
we're
What
gonna
are
do
like
that this
what
weekend.
are they like? What No,
It's
I know-
cookies.
I know it's weed, but like, what's the taste? What's the actual food thing you're eating?
It's a cookie.
Oh, nice.
So obviously because I've never done
A drug.
edibles before.
A drug.
Oh no, I smoked weed when I was a kid. I smoked weed when I was in college in Paisley.
Oh. That wasn't weed, bro.
yeah, I was trying-
That was PCP.
I was trying to fit in with the big boys in my class because I
Yeah.
was the oldest. I was the youngest.
Yeah.
So we would just they would smoke weed at lunchtime, and then we'd go back in after lunch, and we would sit on the computers and try and make beats.
How did you do anything? How did you physically
we
do
didn't.
anything?
We did not.
Just like, oh, bro.
So we'd drive to the KFC in Paisley. We'd like go through the drive-through and then like hotbox
All
the
the
car.
chicken, bro.
Yeah, hotbox the car and
Yeah.
then drive back to college, and then we'd do nothing in the afternoon. We just sat there, just longed out. I did enjoy it.
Yeah.
And then when I was in like my first band, when I was in Epitaph,
Shout out.
I shout out Epitaph.
Yep.
I actually saw Paul, who used to play drums in Epitaph, like
Paul.
not too long ago.
Is that his name?
No.
I'll bleep it out, but I thought that was his name.
Yeah, Paul. No, Paul that used to play drums
Paul Beep.
in the band. He actually owns a skateboarding company now. Called Fakey SP.
Yeah.
They're doing really well. They've got a new shop opening up in the Savoy Centre as well.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah, I remembered because my bus stops right outside the shop.
Nice.
So I was like, I see it all the time.
Shout
But,
out fake ASB, go buy some skateboarding goods and then please
Yes.
sponsor us and give us free skateboarding shit.
Yeah, shop local, keep your local skate scene alive, you know? Like,
Yeah.
that's what we need. Also, Paul, hook us up.
Oh no, the internet cut out again. There it is. You're back. The internet
There
cut
it is,
out for
I'm
a minute.
back. Cool. Yeah. Edit that bit.
Nah, it's staying in.
But
So
yeah,
you're doing
like,
you're doing the edibles at the weekend.
yeah, but what I was saying was in that band we used to smoke weed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I remember like being at a party once at theirs, and it was like the first time I'd ever had a bong. And like they loaded it up for me, and I fucking ripped it. I was like, gone. And I felt class, you know. But I'd been drinking a little bit,
Oh,
like
no.
not too much. But I'd been drinking a little bit before. I was drinking like Tesco value, like white rum
Oh, that's so gross.
and orangeade, like Dunn's orangeade from the
Orangeade.
glass. Yeah, from the glass bottle.
You
So
are
gross.
Kale from Keenan and Kale.
Yeah. So ripped that one, and I was like, do you know what? Load it up. Let's do another.
Fire up another
Uh,
round.
Soaked this bad boy down like so fast.
Yeah.
And I just remember instantly it hit me like a ton of bricks, and I was like, oh no,
Uh-oh.
I'm gonna whitey.
Hot
Like,
mouth.
that's actually happening.
Fuck.
So I like got up, went to the bathroom.
Mhm.
Someone was in there, obviously.
Natch.
So I went to the window in the kitchen, and I like pushed it open, and it massive key element to the story I'm missing out. It was in a high-rise flat.
Right.
So the window opened about this much, like
Yeah.
honestly, like
It's
2 or 3
hotel
inches.
windows.
Yeah, I like got my face like this close to the thing. I like tried to whitey out of it. I got some of it out, but most of it landed in like the runner for the window.
Oh no, that's
It's
so
like-
gross.
Yeah, it was stinking, man. So I sat down, and a couple of boys around me were eating crisps, and I was like, "Here, I want crisps." So I got up, and there was a big multi-pack in the kitchen. I just helped myself, and then I sat down with a packet of beef and onion crisps. I remember it clear as day, and I like opened up this packet of crisps. As soon as I opened it, that gust of like flavor just hit me in the face, and I was like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna fucking throw up again."
Oh no.
So I threw up again. I managed to get to the bathroom this time, and but because I'd been drinking like such shitty rum,
Yeah.
like
It was
my
burning.
stomach was in a bad way, man.
Oh,
So I was
God.
like, I'm actually gonna cack myself at the same time. So like, I like wiped my face and like sat down. I had a bucket in my lap, and I was just like both ends going for it, man. So.
Did Rips 2 bong rips, man. He's fucking
That's
done
fucked.
for the day.
And this was one of the only times that I had like done anything before I was 18 as well.
Oh my god.
So the boy's house, who it was, like he lived on his own. So he had like his bedroom, he had the living room, and then he had like a music room which just had like a practice amp and a set of drums in it.
Right.
So like I cleaned myself up and all that. I was good to go, and I felt kind of shitty. So I was like sat in the room with everyone else that was smoking, clearly like chalk white, having a bad time.
Yeah.
And I remember this one boy like put his arm around me. His name was Tam, and he was like, "You alright?" And I was like, "I think
No.
so." I feel like kind of bad. He was like, "One with me," and like, he took me into like the music room, and he like there was a tire in there. I don't remember why there was a tire, but like a car tire
Oh,
in this
fuck.
room.
Right.
And he like, I lay down on this tire, and like I went to sleep. He like put his shirt over me, and I slept. That was it. I just went straight to bed, and that's how I slept that night.
And a tire.
On a car, on a car tire as a pillow.
Oh god.
And I woke up feeling dreadful, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
Not hungover, but like definitely like I had been
Burst.
drinking the night before, and I feel so bad.
Yeah.
Um,
That's when you get
yeah,
like the
that was,
proper
like,
like the stomach fear. It's like you're not hungover,
Yeah.
but you can feel it sitting at the bottom of your stomach, and if you bend over
Yeah,
too
there's-
quickly, you're done.
Yeah, you stand up too quickly, man. You relive the entire night again. You know, like, it's just a bad time. But that was like that was like my short spell of like doing the weed.
Doing the weed.
Doing the weed.
Give me a weed.
So I'm excited to do these edibles, but I think I'm gonna have like a bite, because if I have more than a bite, I might actually die.
Yeah, and definitely.
But no, I'm gonna take it easy. I'm gonna eat them early, so that I get the buzz when you want that buzz.
Yeah.
And then if I just need to go to sleep, I go to sleep.
Go to sleep. You need to find yourself like a good film or something to watch. One that I would recommend, Into the Spider-Verse. Like, so
that
good.
sounds awful.
It's
What?
awesome. It's so good.
Man, I was gonna watch the record release show for Brockhampton's last album. They did a thing on YouTube.
Alright.
I think it was YouTube. It may be on YouTube now.
Right.
I was gonna watch that, but I seen like a clip from it, and it was all like 3D cameras and colors, and I was like, nope.
Dude,
That would be a bad time.
you're not dropping LSD. You're doing a little
But I don't
bit.
know what I'm going. No, but I don't know what I'm going to be experiencing. So if I sit down to watch that and then I get in my head, I'm going to be like, this is going to be a bad time. So I think I just need to watch something dumb on the TV, like not a movie or anything, nothing that I need to pay too much attention to.
Yeah, just put
Something that I
QVC
can have a
on.
laugh at.
Yeah.
Yeah, QVC, and just like phone up. Be like,
Just
"Oh,
buy
how
some
I have
random
this,
jewelry
like,
and shit.
random jewelry, or like a carpet like cleaner. Like, 'cause that's what they
Garden shears.
sell. Yeah.
It's like, Gary, why the fuck is all this stuff just arrived at our house? Oh man, took some edibles the other night. It was a fucking magic.
Yeah. I just fleeced my bank account on QVC. Got them on speed dial.
Oh man, that's cool. No, that'll be an interesting one.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
I'll be sure to text you.
I don't think I've ever been around you like inebriated before, like properly. Like I've been texting you and stuff when you've been like drinking, but I've never been in your company, other than that one time we went to the pub like a year ago, and
Yeah, but I was wrecked. I just managed to play it real cool.
we did like 3 beers and we were both fucking floored. I had to cycle home, and I was.
I went to
steaming.
McDonald's. I went to McDonald's around the corner after I left you, and I got 2 double cheeseburgers and a large fries, and I smashed them so quickly because I just felt like I was actually gonna like throw up everywhere. I was like, if I eat, that'll be fine.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do.
Yeah.
Nope. I went home, just went to my bed.
Straight to bed. Is that not the when I woke up to your text the next morning and it was just a straight up waited before I went to bed?
Yep.
You were
Yep.
new.
Those
You were new to the
burgers
game.
tasted real good.
You were new to the game. You just started drinking again. I forgive
Man,
everything.
I'm still new to the game. Like I'm still such a lightweight. You know, like the difference is now that I enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't drink to get drunk. I just drink because I enjoy being in that moment. You know.
Yeah, and like you've found
Like
your
I
wee
mentioned
niche.
before, like like when I was younger, I drank to forget, but now I drink to remember. You know, like, that's
Aw.
nice. I wanna
That's
remember those good times.
growth. That is growth.
It was a quote from Matthew McConaughey's book.
Of course it fucking was. At least this time we made it an hour before Matthew McConaughey was
Made it an
mentioned.
hour.
I have seen so many. See, because you sent me one video of Matt McConaughey on Instagram, you know how many fucking Matt McConaughey videos show up on my Explore page now on Instagram? It's
You're welcome.
fucking ridiculous. Like, just today alone, I had that video you sent me of him and Snoop Dogg fucking singing in their car. And then I've also had his
That's
Oscar
so
speech.
wild, though.
His Oscar speech popped up as well. And it's all just because you keep sending me everything to do with Matt McConaughey. So now he's just part of my
the goat.
life. I may as well just like adopt him at this point. Because he's just fucking in my life so much.
Yeah, do it.
I mean,
I am going to start watching these films. I'm going to watch them from
you've been saying this for weeks.
No, I know, but I'm going to start it because I was thinking of like how to watch. So what I'm going to
Put one on and sit down.
No, but I'm going to go from like his first film and then
Is that Dazed and
work
Confused?
my Dazed and Confused, yeah.
That was a
And I'm
great
gonna
film.
work my entire way through it, and I'm just gonna watch everything he's ever done.
Bro's got a lot of films.
How many films has he got?
Oh man, he must be pushing like fucking 60 at this point. Surely.
Matthew McConaughey.
Does it tell
I'm
you on
surprised this hasn't
IMDb?
been like. It should tell you.
I'm sure it does actually
oh wow,
when you look at it.
he's only 51. That's insane.
He's 51. He looks fucking great for 51, for being honest.
He does. He definitely does. Where are all your films?
Filmography 72, bro. That's just, but that
Well,
could
that's a lot of films. I
that,
might
but
not
that
watch
could
all of
be that could also be TV shows because that's just actor credits. So that could also be TV shows. So if you're
them.
just
Yeah,
doing,
it is.
I mean, oh my god, man, he was in Sex and the City. I didn't know that. What a guy.
He was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Next Generation.
Awful. I'm trying. I'm actually looking at them, just like, what ones have I seen? Like I've seen Days.
Angels in the Outfield sounds garbage. Oh no.
99.
Boys on the Side.
Boys.
Man, some
Yeah.
glory days.
This is honestly, you're going through like a famous porn star's films here. This isn't Matthew McConaughey anymore. Scorpions, Spring, Glory Days, Boys on the Side, Angels in the Outfield, My Boyfriend's Back. Bro, I honestly haven't seen that many. Just looking at it now, I have not seen that many.
He was in a short called Making Sandwiches, and he played a character called Bud Hoagie.
Oh Jesus.
Here, he's done some amount of shite.
Oh man,
He actually
he's in Eastbound and Down. That is a great TV show.
I've never seen it.
It's really funny.
I've heard that I may like it.
Yeah, I mean it's just Danny McBride being Danny McBride for a TV show, really. So it's insane. It is really fucking funny.
Man, he's been in so many shit films.
Yeah, that's gonna be an awful time for you, and I'm not sorry. This was-
Ghosts of Girlfriends Past.
Oh, Jesus.
Christ.
Like pick somebody with like a really good back catalogue, like fucking Benedict Cumberbatch or Tom Hardy or some shit. Like at least these guys,
Cumberbum.
at least these guys have like really good films in their filmography.
I'm kind of stoked to watch Mud.
What one's that?
It's a film where he plays a character called Mud.
Nice.
I don't really know much about it, but it looked really good when it was in like the adverts for it.
Two
Here's
young
the little
lol.
synopsis. Two
Let's
young
just
boys
do this.
encounter a fugitive and form a pact to help him evade the vigilantes that are on his trail and to reunite him with his true love. That sounds dope. I'm in.
Man, if you didn't say that was a Matt McConaughey film, again, going back to the porn thing, read that again, but as if you're on Pornhub.
Well, I wouldn't be watching anything with two young boys, that's for sure.
You'll be going to jail, bro.
Yeah. Oh, he's in Interstellar. That looks fun. I could watch that.
I've never watched it. It looks too heartbreaking for me, if I'm being honest. I've never been able to watch it.
Space is scary, to be fair. Like,
It is, I mean,
that is terrifying.
we've went down that route today. It is very scary.
he's in a TV series called Hank the Cowdog.
Sound like
He plays Hank.
Cartoon Network or some shit.
It is a cartoon. Hank the Cowdog, the self-declared head of ranch security, finds himself smack dab in the middle of a host of tangled mysteries and capers that span the universe of the Texas Panhandle.
This was all just him. Like, he was just finding things to do during fucking lockdown, the pandemic and stuff, as he just learned how to do animation and just made this whole thing by himself.
Hank is joined on these tail-wagging, tongue-slobbering adventures by a motley assemble of characters, not least of which is his less than trusty sidekick, Drover, a small but uncourageous mutt. Listen in as Hank the Cowdog always claims to know the answer. I'm Hank the Cowdog.
So does that make me the mutt?
Claims, yep, claims to know the answer, is the last to realise he doesn't, but is the first to run headlong into tales of courage, loyalty, and friendship.
Well,
Sick. I'm in. There's 5 episodes. I'll probably find it somewhere.
yeah, it'll be on.
Kirsten Dunst in it as well. What?
What? I was actually thinking about Kirsten Dunst the other day, just like how hella good career she had. Because I remember watching her in like fucking Jumanji and shit. And
Did
then,
she though?
yeah, man. Like it fucking, what was that film that she did with Jim Carrey? Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. Ah, bro, what a good film.
Is she?
She's great in it.
Is she in that?
Yes. Don't fucking fact check me on that, bro. It's one of my favorite films.
Kirsten Dunst.
Kirsten Dunst, Mark Ruffalo, Jim Carrey, Kate Winslet. Don't fuck Elijah Wood. Don't come at me about Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, bro.
I mean, I've not seen it.
Yeah, exactly. So why you try fact check me when you've not fucking seen it?
Look, she is in it.
So you're wrong.
No.
Come
'Cause I
full
haven't seen
circle.
it. I just didn't
And
know.
now we're at the end of the episode. Thank you very much.
No. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I didn't know, which means I can't be wrong.
I can't wait
Tell
to
me I'm
open
right.
I cannot wait to open up this fucking can of worms on one episode. Gary, all of the problems in your life have come from you not being able to admit you're wrong. Do you have anything to say?
You are wrong.
Amazing. I mean, we are fucking well over an hour, so I'm gonna cut it at that, because I feel like that monologue that you gave us about the mutts and stuff was a good way to end it.
We're
And just
ending on a high.
ending on a high, talking about Matt McConaughey yet again.
7 episodes, all dedicated to him.
I
Love
think
him so
I
much.
think you have spoken about him in every fucking episode at this point.
Do you think he would sponsor us? Because he's got money.
I know he does, but why would he want to give us any money? It's like, these guys don't know shit about me.
Because all I do is talk about how I've never seen any of his films.
Exactly.
That's
man.
obviously the guy you want to get. But I also have gone out my way to buy his book and learn so much about him, and I'm like inspired by everything he does. Even if he just sent me like bourbon, you know, like his Long Branch fucking bourbon.
Well,
bourbon thing
This
that he
is
has.
your opportunity to sell to Matt McConaughey. So what would you say to him? Matt McConaughey, if he's listening to this podcast, Gary, what would you like to say to him to get a
What I would
sponsorship
say-
from him?
What I would say is, if Oak and Mesquite were having a party down by the lake house, I'd go.
And we're done. Well, that was a very fun episode.
Yes.
What's all the fucking boring shit that I have to say again? Please like, please share, please subscribe, comment on anything that we do, I guess. Come join the fucking Dead End family. That's what we are now. That's what we can. This is what this is. Me and you're the Dead End friends, but everyone else that's listening, all you people out there that are listening to our voices, all you people that are fucking tuning in for whatever reason, you're all the Dead End family. We're all a big family here.
Dead End fam. I love it.
We're me and Gary are the dogs, apparently. So whoever wants to be the head of the family or whatever, tough. We're not that kind of family. We're a family of mutts, and we all love each other, and we're going to
There's only
ride
one
it out.
Hank the cow dog, you know.
Is that you, or is that Matt McConaughey
Yes.
when he finally sponsors us?
It could be Matt. I'd let Matt be.
You'd
Yeah.
let Matt do it for the podcast. So
Okay, well, that was fun.
that was good. We will speak to you guys next week, even though it's just me and you. Bye bye.